So let's get started. So let me go to my EC2. And on my Jenkins machine, I will do most of the work. Okay. So let me show you that. Nothing is running here right now. This is my Jenkins machine. It is in stopped state. Let me just come here and start this machine. Now, all the softwares are already installed on these worker nodes. So what I will do, I'll create a new machine. Okay. And I will try to deploy everything on that machine. So I will say Ansible worker. Okay. I'm creating a new machine. You keep any operating system, doesn't matter. I will keep it as Amazon Linux. Okay. Then I will go with same, nothing changes here. In key pair, make a new key pair and make sure that this is a PEM key. Okay. It is mandatory that you use a PEM key. Okay. So I will say worker key. Why it should be a PEM key, I will show you in some time. Okay. So I'm choosing PEM key. Create a key pair. Worker key is what I've chosen. And here in the security group, you make sure that you're using a security group where these ports are open. So I will go with my DevOps security group, which I have here. That's it. 8 GB of storage. Rest I will leave as it is. And I will launch the instance. So I have two instances as of now. One is my Jenkins instance and the other one is my Ansible worker node. So let me come back here. Refresh this guy. So let me start with Jenkins machine first, and then later I'll come to this. So this is my Jenkins machine. And just one thing which I forgot yesterday, I should have given that service system CTL enable Jenkins, but I think I've not given that. And because of that, it is not running. So let me quickly connect to this machine. Okay. And try to run that command. So I'll show you what command I missed yesterday and why is it not up and running. One more thing, at any point of time, if you feel that you're not able to understand, then please stop me. Else you will say that, okay, what he did, I did not understand. It is important that you understand each and every word of this, what we are doing. Okay, so I'll say host name Jenkins. And again, sudo su hyphen. Now, why is Jenkins not running here? So the first thing which you should check is if Java is there or not. Java minus version. If Java is there, means the problem can be with Jenkins. Service Jenkins status status. It is inactive and dead. So let me just start it. start. And in future, the problem should not occur. So I will run one more command. I will say systemctl enable Jenkins. Means always when I reboot my system, stop my system and start it again, automatically you start Jenkins for me. That's the command for this. Okay. So it is there. So I'll run that command later. Now let me come and refresh this. And I'm hoping that at this point of time, it should run. I'm getting the login page. Jenkins.
Sir, can you repeat the command?
The command is here. I just, okay, system ctl enable Jenkins. So if you run this command, systemctl enable Jenkins, whenever you reboot your system, means start, stop, start, then automatically this machine will be up and running. So you don't have to face any problem. Okay, as of now, I'm not running, but I will run it in future. Anyhow, let me log into this guy. Now, whenever I have to integrate anything with Jenkins, what happened? Admin pass 1, 2, 3. Okay, so whenever I have to integrate something, the first thing which I do is I go to manage Jenkins and I go to manage plugins. And here I look for that plugin. If it is already installed, it should be in my installed section. If it is not installed, then I have to install that plugin. Okay, so let me just go to manage plugins, taking time. It is 1 GB RAM. So as and when you are more and more softwares you keep installing, it will become slow. So let me go to installed section because I remember installing it yesterday. So let me just go and check if it is there. Ansible. So I've installed this Ansible plugin and here it says you can run ad hoc commands and your playbooks. So first work is done. Go back here. Then the second work is whether Maven is installed or not. So I just check mvn -version. So I can see Maven is installed. Now this Maven has to be configured here. So let me go to global tool configuration and check if Maven is configured here or not. So global tool configuration. So Maven and Java both should be configured here. Okay, let me just come down. Okay, Maven is configured, Maven home, and this is the path where Maven is there. Similarly, I check for Java. So Ansible is not installed. So I have this plugin, but Ansible is still not installed. So I will do that. I'll fill it. But before that, I want to check JDK. JDK is there or not? JDK is also there. Now, one more thing which I want to check is Git is installed or not. Git -version. Git is also there. So I will check Ansible. Ansible -version. So it's saying Ansible is not there. Yum install Ansible. So it should say that it's not there. You need to run this command. So let me take this command. Sudo Amazon Linux extras. 1 second. What is happening? Okay. So I'm installing Ansible on my Jenkins machine. Okay. Please make sure that I'm installing Ansible on my Jenkins machine. Once Ansible is installed, I will show you what next has to be done. Okay, so now it says Ansible has been installed. Once Ansible is installed, you can go ahead and say Ansible -version. Now, one thing which you can see here is, executable location. So whatever you're trying to execute, it is present here. Okay, so I want that executable. So I will keep this path, okay, user bin. And the same path I will mention here. Name, you give anything. Let me say the name is Ansible. I gave the name as Ansible. But the location is important. The location should be what you have given here. User bin, not Ansible, only user bin. Okay. Any questions till this point of time?
Sir, in global tool configuration, how you have installed the this Maven?
No, I did not install Maven. I installed Maven on my local machine. And then from that local machine, I have given the path here. So if you come here, I have not installed Maven here.
No. You told that Maven is already there in this. Yeah.
See, this is what I did. MVN -version. So I saw that's Maven home or Maven path here. Okay. Now I can come and see here. See Maven home and this path. Okay. Once it is done, I am all set.
So which means it has come from Jenkins local mission. It has come automatically Jenkins mission, right?
No, automatically nothing will come. You will see there are three things.
After installation in the local mission, it is reflecting in the global tool configuration,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
That part.
See, there are two phases to this. First is the web. Okay. Web, when you say I'm installing the plugin. Okay. That is one phase. The second phase is that you need to install it in your local. Okay. Wherever you are running this, you need to install it there. So there are two phases to this. So please make sure that you go by both. Okay. Now what I will do is I will.
Because can we do the master node path in this Jenkins configuration?
Not required.
Okay. Because
sir,
we
what
already
if I
installed.
directly-
We already installed the Ansible in our master node, right? So can we use that path?
No. Why? See, why I'm not using it, because then I have to install Jenkins there.
Okay. In production also it will be same, right? What you
No.
are doing the same thing,
Protection, again, it will depend. See, if you want to keep everything separate, okay, then you have Jenkins on a different machine, Ansible on a different machine, worker node somewhere
Correct.
else. Like that you can do. Or on one machine, one Jenkins machine, because Jenkins is a CI machine. So on that Jenkins machine, you keep everything. And from there only you control everything. So both ways can work. It will totally depend.
If it is a separate machine, then how we need to give the path?
Then you need to mention the path.
Okay, with the IP address or?
The IP address, the full address. Wait, I'll show you.
Okay.
Manage Jenkins. So you have to establish a SSH connectivity, like how I'll show you just now. Okay, see here. Here I'm just giving the path like this. Okay, but if you are using it on a different machine, then you will have to first establish a SSH connectivity. Means Jenkins and Ansible, they should be connected via SSH, and then other machine should be connected like that.
Okay, like keys and we created.
Yes, something like that.
But how it will take from there to there? Like it is Ansible path, it is Jenkins path.
See, you will mention the IP address, right?
Okay, here in the path we will mention the IP address.
Okay, I'll show you. See, I have two machines here. If you remember, I have two machines here. Ansible, Jenkins and Ansible worker node. So there are two different machines, right? So from Jenkins, where Ansible is installed, I want to connect to this worker node. So I'll show you how that is done. I'll do that right in front of you now.
And so the path should come automatic, right? Once you install the your
No, it is not like that.
Ansible visual in the local.
No, it doesn't happen like that.
Right?
See, why it doesn't happen? Because there are chances that you have installed two versions of the same software. Okay. Now, how will Jenkins know which software has to be picked? Let me say you have installed Java 8, Java 11, and Java 17. Now, unless and until you mention the path, how will it remember? How it will know which version I have to pick?
But for Maven, it has come, right? Automatically.
Because only one Maven is there. Maven doesn't have 3-4 versions. And this I have only written, I have only configured, right?
Maven, we only configured, right?
Yes.
That's actually we only configured. You only configured.
We have told that Maven is present here in this path. Nothing is coming automatically. Okay. When I installed Ansible, only this Ansible thing came here. Okay. But if you see the path I am mentioning, that it is the executable is present here. So Jenkins is a tool, and tool you will have to say that, okay, this is here. Then Jenkins will go and take it from there.
Okay.
Okay. So the path is important. You have to mention what you want to do. So you have to give full instructions. Okay.
On top of Ansible, we are giving the path, right? Ansible, actually for Ansible, for Maven, you given user share Maven, you give.
Wait, hold on. See, this is my machine. Okay. Jenkins machine or a EC2 machine.
Yes.
Inside Jenkins, I have installed Maven. I have installed Ansible. I have installed Java. So everything is what I want, I'm keeping it here. But at the end of the day, I have to mention the path for them, like I have done here. 1 second. See, I'm telling Ansible is here. The executable is here. I'm saying yes. Maven is on this path. I'm saying Java is on this path. Git Git is taken by default, okay? Because Git,
Actually, we did not give an Ansible, right? Lastly, we given only slash bin up to bin only we given. For Maven, we given the Maven folder also. That is
see,
what my-
tools are different, boss. See, there are 3 different tools. All 3 will work similarly. We cannot guarantee, right?
yes.
See, something which will work on AWS will work differently in Azure, will be completely different.
But this path things are common, right? Like wherever we install this.
See, things are common. See,
Yes.
things are common in the sense it will ask you for a name and then the path.
Path.
Okay. Similarly, if you go with Gradle, Ant, Maven, whatever, a name and path. Ansible, name and path.
Okay, path. I mean to say this path user bin is there, right? Where if we install
Ansible
somewhere
is present here. Hold
yes.
on. Ansible is present here. So if I come here and say Ansible -- version, for me, it is saying the executable, the Ansible is present here.
Okay.
But when I say MVN version, it is saying Maven is present here.
Yes, that is what I'm asking. Actually, in the Maven path, we given user share Maven we given, but in the Ansible, we given only user bin. We remove the Ansible, right? That is
Because
what.
Maven is a different tool. The way
Yes.
Maven works is different. The way Ansible work is different.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's what even I'm saying. The different tools will have different ways of working. You can't say that, okay, Maven is a complete path means this also. Then Java, we should have given the entire path. We did not give this GRE. If you remember,
Yes, yes.
last thing we did not give. So every tool will have its own ways of working. You can't simply say that one tool is like this means the other tool will also like that. Can't go like that.
I got this thing. Actually, in normal scenarios also, like in the production environment also, it will be like this only. Suppose we install Maven, this path will be available, right? If we install it on separate server.
Remember one thing, whatever I am showing you is being implemented at production level in the project. Okay. The only difference what we see here and what you will see in a production environment is that here we get admin access and we are able to do everything. There you will not get admin access. Definitely you will not be able to do everything. Yes. Second is you will be using all licensed softwares. Here we are using almost all the free software. These are the only 2 difference which you will see. Apart from that, everything is same.
Okay.
And sir, I have one more question about this path. How do you come to know that to till where we have to copy the path and paste it?
For that, you have to read documentation, practice and documentation.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what I will do is yesterday when somebody asked for Maven, I told that Maven can be implemented in multiple ways. So let me say Maven web archetype. Okay, Maven web archetype. So I'm looking for something. This time I'm looking for something like this. So if you remember, just let me open here. Maven in 5 minutes. So I told you Maven can or Java can do multiple projects. See here, if you use this command, okay, you get a folder structure like this. App test Java, app Java. But if you use this thing, d-archetype Maven archetype web app, means I'm creating a web application, then here you will get index.jsp. Okay, so I am trying to create So assume that I have a requirement now to create a web project. Okay, so I'll use this. Anyhow, I'll document everything. I'll share everything with you. Okay, so Maven web archetype, Notepad++. I'll also create a repo and I'll put everything there. Don't worry. So this is the command which I'm going to run. Paste it here. Okay. Now I will do end to end, means from development, I will create the code. From code, I will push the code to GitHub. From GitHub, I will give the code to Jenkins. From Jenkins, I will install, from Jenkins, I will do Maven. Maven will compile the code, create the artifact for me. And then finally, I will push that code using Ansible. Okay. I'll do everything here, all step by step. So I told create a Maven web project. This is web project. Okay. Project using. Okay, this is the command. Then create a Git repo. Create a Git repo. So let me come here. So I'm going to my GitHub and I'm going to create a Git repo. GitHub. And let me say I want to create a new repo. And I'll give the name as Git Jenkins Ansible integration. So this is what I'm going to create. I'll keep it as public so that you also are able to see what is here. Okay. So I've already run this command. So I will just quickly go here. A group ID. Why is it asking all these things? Control X. Wait, something has failed here. Why is it asking group ID? Give me 1 second. I don't want to give any group ID. Even archetype com company automobile. What was the problem with this thing? 1 second. Maven archetype generate D group ID D archetype org Maven type the artifact. Wait a second now. Power. Okay, this is what I'm going to run. And the only difference here is that this is Maven archetype web app. This is the only difference. Okay, let me run it first. Paste it. Let's see what happens. Okay, now clear everything. ls minus l. So you can see sample web app got created. And if I go ahead and say yum install tree. And now if I say clear, CL clear, okay, and I say tree, my whatever name came, what was the name? ls sample web app. So I say tree sample web app. You will see the folder structure: form XML, source, main, and there is a web app. And inside web app, there is index.jsp. So this is different from the one which I had created earlier. So if you come to Maven in 5 minutes, Maven in 5 minutes, this folder structure is different. Okay, this folder structure is different because this is Maven archetype quick start. So this is quick start. Okay, now I am going and running a different module. I'm saying I want Maven archetype web app. Okay, and because of that, I'm getting this kind of a folder structure. Clear with this? No confusion, no doubt. Any questions? Please ask me.
Sir, can you please explain the difference between both?
See, Java can be used for many things. You can use Java for machine learning. You can use Java for calculation. You can use Java for scientific purpose. Now, the prior one, which I was showing you, this one, it is your normal Java program. Any normal sample Java program will look like this: app.java, app-test.java. So this is a normal, simple Java program where you are adding two numbers, displaying, simple. But now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a web application, a website kind of thing I'm trying to create. Because down the line, I will teach you Tomcat. I will teach you deployment. So deployment is done on web servers, website. So I'm using web app. So here, the folder structure will be a little bit different. See here, the folder structure is a little bit different.
So in the enterprise level, app.java will not be using?
No, you can use anything. See, I'm saying what is there in the code does not matter. This thing, anyhow, developer will give you. Your work is not to worry whether it is web.xml or index.jsp or app.java. It can be anything. You are not the developer. It can be a Python code. It can be a Java code. You don't have to worry on that. Okay. Whatever you get, whether you are able to compile it or not, whether your Jenkins is able to read it or not, whether your pipeline is able to process it or not, that is your concern.
Understood, sir.
Okay. So this is what I ran. I ran a Maven project. Okay. And then this is the folder structure I got. Now I created a Git repo. So I will go inside this Git repo first. First command, what I do, I will do a git init. Okay. So it is saying using master as the default name. So that is whatever it is saying git init is done. Next command for me is git add. Okay. So I will come here and say git add. Okay. Then git commit -m first code change. Okay, it is saying do this git config because it's a new machine. It is asking me to do all these things. Copy first, copy, paste. What is this? Copy this much. Copy, paste. Email ID, provide your email ID. Small mistake. Okay. And username. User dot name Vikas 99341.
Sir, user is already there.
No, it is asking.
You just add only name.
Okay, sorry. That thank you. Vikas 99341.
This thing also they will give separate username and mail
Yes.
list for
Every
us.
individual will get a separate credentials when you're working at an enterprise level.
This git and okay. Then it will come code is committed by this person.
Yes. So you can see these two things. Now you can go ahead and write your git commit command. Now git commit is done. Now these three commands have to run. Is your username Vikas 99341. What is your password?
Sir, in this case, what is our git add file?
Those things which we generated. I'll show you. This minus form source. So this folder structure, whatever is there in this folder structure, everything is your git add. Okay, you can check this here also. See here, source main app web. Here you have your index.jsp. Okay, and you go back, you have your form XML. So this is what is added when you start your work. Now, let's go ahead, apply, save. Now let me integrate everything one by one. Now, first thing what I will integrate first is, let's go create a job. In this job, let's say Ansible integration. INTEGRATION, Ansible integration pipeline project. Okay. Just come here and say Ansible integration. Go to advanced project properties. Here, I'm going to write a script. So let's go with scripted pipeline. Give me 1 second. So scripted pipeline, I can take it from here, or I can take from some other repository also. Okay, give me some time for that. Ansible. Or let me just go to here only. There's no problem. Jenkins Maven. So I have told you already how to write a Jenkins file. So I'm going to create a Jenkins file now. Okay. Not this one. Jenkins file 1. This is what I've told you. It is, or a little bit more advanced than this. Declarative scripted pipeline. So I'm going to write a code which will be something like this. Okay. So I start here, node. Then the first step for me will be SCM checkout. SCM checkout. Okay. I will not go with echo, rather I will generate a code for myself. Second for that. Okay, how to generate this code? You know how to generate the code. You will come here, pipeline syntax generator. You will say that I want to work with Git. Then you will say that my Git URL is this guy, the one which I'm using right now. Git Jenkins Maven. Take this URL, code. Take this URL, come here. This is a URL. Which branch are you going to work with? How come this is master branch? Should be main branch, right? So come here and say this is main branch. Credentials, if you have already created, very good. Git credentials is what I'm going to use here. And then generate pipeline script. So you can see a script got generated, right? So if you remember, I have done all these things in past. Okay, please be very careful when you're doing this. So this is what I have done again. Then the second step for me will be, I will go ahead and add Maven here. Again, that also was done in past. So we will go here. We will say that I'm going to use a tool. And in the tool, I'm going to use Maven. This is my Maven home, generate pipeline script. So this is what I get from here. Okay, or you can do one more thing here. Okay, this declarative directive. Here you can say I'm going to use a tool. You can say I'm going to use Maven tool, and you can say generate a this thing. So it will generate something like this. Okay, so you can use this guy. See, and whichever is comfortable for you. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me use the old one only. Why I'm using the old one? Because this is declarative pipeline. But sorry for the confusion. Let me use the old one only. I'll tell you why I'm using the old one. Tool for me is Maven. Generate the script. This is what I get generated. This is what is generated. If you remember last time when I was working, I had initialized this. Give me 1 minute. I'll just show you what I'm talking about here. Declarative scripted Jenkins file 1. This. Looking for that initialization which I had done long back.
I think in Jenkins pipeline thing.
I think something like that only I had created, but I'm not able to find out now that thing. Ansible, Jenkins, one SSH build pipeline, declarative, form XML, Tomcat docs. Declarative, it will not be here.
Type Jenkins pipeline, Jenkins.
I don't think there is something like this. Jenkins, no, that's not there. My app 02, my evening app, Jenkins, Selenium, Jenkins, Maven, Jenkins, my app.
My evening app. Not
No, this is not here. Wait, I forgot that. Okay, let me change that then. Okay, I'll make a small change. Okay, what I'm changing, I'll let you know. See, I'm going to go with declarative pipeline. Why I'll go with declarative pipeline? Because I want to declare this thing here. Okay, so let me just take this. Okay, this is a very simple declarative pipeline because pipeline agent any, then there are build stage, test stage, deploy stage, archive stage. Okay, the first one is build stage. I will change it. SCM checkout. Okay, what should I put here? So I've just now generated the code for that. So I'll put this piece of code here. instead of this echo statement. Okay. See, the braces are correct. Starts here, ends here. Now the second stage for me will be compile step. Compile. You can also clean here. So you can say clean compile. Here I will put as package. Okay. So I will add one step here, pipeline syntax. I will go here, declarative, second one, not the snippet generator, second one, declarative director. Go here and say I'm going to use a tool. Just say I'm going to use Maven tool, generate the declarative syntax. So this is what
we did not generate it from declarative, right? Declarative script we did not generate it. Same one. For declarative script, Git branch this one, the SCM checkout, that code we given right in the steps, down step. That one we are taken from the snippet generator, right? Not declarative generator.
That's okay. That's okay. Those variations are okay, man.
Okay.
See here. So I have told that tools, I'm going to use Maven and it is installed at Maven home. Okay. Any questions till this point of time? Then I am going to run this particular thing. I'm going to say sh, okay, and I will say mvn, you want clean and compile. Here I will say mvn package. This last step I have left it as it is, archive. I'll check this later. As of now, I will say Ansible deployment. Ansible deployment. Okay, and just keep a print statement as of now. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm keeping it, because I'm not ready with the code till now. So I have just added these lines. Pipeline starts with tools Maven. This is where Maven is installed. And from here, MVN I'm getting, this is SCM checkout. First step is SCM checkout. Second step is clean compile. Third step is package. Fourth step is deployment. But here, actually, it is still that only, means what you say, echo only. Okay. Back here, back to this place and paste the code. Apply, save. Let's run it and check what happens. Okay, the first step is running SCM checkout. SCM checkout is done. Okay, so this step is done, means I'm able to do SCM checkout, clean compile, package, and finally Ansible deployment. If you want to go to logs, and you will see only print statement is there. Now our actual content for Ansible, I'll put it here. Okay. Now the first thing is, what playbook would you like to run here?
Because it's just a minute. Oh, what is happening back, and can you explain that code, the declarative?
Let me just come here. Okay. See, I'm trying this thing. Ansible, Jenkins integration. Later, I'll introduce SonarQube and all, but as of now, something like this. See, the first thing which I want to do is I want to do a Git checkout. Okay. For Git checkout, I need a code. So what I did first, I created a code. Where did I create a code? So this, if I have to come from beginning, I will say install Jenkins keep it up and running. First thing. Second is when you say install on Jenkins, what all software you need? You need Git. So Git minus version, when you do, Git should work. Then second is you should have Maven. MVN version should work. 3, I should have Java. Java version should work. 4th, I'm putting Ansible. And if you want, you install this tree software also. Tree. So tree will give you the folder structure like this. So these are the 5 items which I want to install. Then what you need to do, install plugin. For all these things, you will have plugin. For Git, that is default Git plugin. Default Git plugin will come. For Java and Maven, you have Maven integration plugin. INTEGRATION, Maven integration plugin. Then for Ansible, you have Ansible plugin only. Ansible plugin. Once it is done, you go to global tool configuration and you give the path. Okay. Till this much. Anyone having any question? Forget about this right now. Till this much, anybody having any questions?
Actually, my query is normally Git we won't use. Developers will use that Git and they will upload into the GitHub, and then that code is taken from the GitHub, and then that code will be compliant to Maven, right? Compliant and package thing will be done through Maven, and then that is deployed, and then next step will be coming to the Ansible, right? Exactly, this is the steps, right? Now, normally we are not having code.
No.
That's why we are giving.
As of now, we are trying to implement this. But if some other developer, see, in Jenkins, you can integrate 10 other tools. I'll teach you SonarQube. I'll teach you Nexus. I'll teach you Jira. So Jenkins can be integrated with other tools also. As of now, my flow is this.
Okay.
The developer will write the code and put it in GitHub. Where did I write the code? So I did not write the code, but I generated the sample code from here.
Okay.
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 Once the code is there, I created a Git repo and I pushed the code there.
Okay.
Pushed the newly generated code. Okay.
Actually,
so
that code we will not create. That step we created in the Git and we pushed that code. Actually, that is developer part. Actually, developer will do.
That generally developers will do.
Yes.
Developer will give you the code in GitHub.
Yes.
Now my requirement is whenever the code will come to GitHub, my Jenkins should pick the code and compile the code. Okay. Yes. So for that, I wrote this script.
Okay.
I wrote this script.
Yeah, we can configure in Jenkins if there is any code change automatically. Yes.
Correct. So let me just take this out. Bring this in. So if you see here, I'm saying in my pipeline, the first step or the first stage is saying SCM checkout. Take the latest code from Git. And this is where my latest code is Git Ansible integration.git. How to do that, you know. Second is I want my Maven to clean and compile. So I say MVN. And for MVN, I say this thing because MVN, if I don't give, it will not know where is Maven. So I gave Maven clean compiled. The code is ready, compiled. Then I say Maven package. So now when I say Maven package, the executable is ready. I mean to say that my WAR file, a jar file is ready. Means my machine readable code is ready. Now in the coming class, which is tomorrow, I will teach you how to integrate this Jenkins component. Okay. Because now if I start, it will not be able to I'll not be able to complete it. So I'll keep it here. Now what I'll do is I'll do Control A, Control C, and I'll put everything what I've done here in this pipeline. Jenkins Ansible integration. I will add a file here. create a new file. I will say steps. Okay, so you'll find all the steps here. So basically what I'm trying to do, trying to go step by step. So when I say step by step, my pipeline, the first step is that I will take the code from GitHub. Now here in my example, I am only the developer. So I am only pushing the code to GitHub. Once the code is there in GitHub, I am integrating Git and GitHub Jenkins together. So Jenkins is picking up the code. So for that Git and GitHub integration, I have to do that. I have done. Second is Jenkins and Maven integration has to be done. That also I have done. So now Jenkins has compiled the code and he has kept the executable version. Now next is I have to take that executable version and deploy it to production server. Okay, that I will do in the coming class. Okay. Any questions, please let me know. See, you practice. Okay. Anything which you are not able to understand, let me know. I will revise it.
Steps.
Any questions here?
Sir, can you go back to steps? Can you please calm down a little bit? Yeah, here. What is package and what is clean compile? All those, can you please explain that?
See, if you come here, Maven in 5 minutes. This time I told you what is clean compile and package. See here. When you say compile, compile the source code of the project. When you say package, take the compiled code and package it into a distributable format like jar. So if you have a zipped format or a distributable format, you can deploy it on this thing. Like suppose you download a software. You don't actually download that software. You download an exe version of that file and then you expand it on your machine. So suppose I'm asking you to download a software, let me say like VLC media player. So when you say that I'm going to download VLC media player, a .exe file gets downloaded. So in Java, that will be a jar file. So that is what we have downloaded.
Other than jar, any other thing can be supported
there
by
can
Java?
be jar, var, EAR. There are many versions, many types of files. In short, you can say these are executables or artifacts, or these are machine readable code.
Okay, because one more query actually, we will just install Maven and then we'll give that path in the Jenkins. Means we'll connect that Maven to Jenkins. That's it.
Yes,
Normally we'll do, right?
Yes.
This Maven code and all these things will be uploaded to GitHub by the developers.
Yes. Developer will upload the code for you.
Yes.
Okay. Just practice this. Okay. In case you're stuck somewhere, we start from the beginning only tomorrow. Okay. I'll again come back and start the same thing. Okay. See you then, guys.